past 7 years, I've traveled the nation on an unusual mission, collecting the embarrassing stuff people have saved from childhood. Now I've decided to share that unique experience with you.
Oh, really?
By sitting down with today's most influential personalities and peeking inside the pages of their past. Today we're sitting down with Felicia Day.
Yay.
Maybe you know her from the Joss Whedon hit Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. Or maybe you know her as the creative mastermind behind this.
Nothing makes you proactive like watching someone try to hang themselves.
The Guild, Felicia's award-winning web comedy about the lives of online gamers.
Maybe video games do make you violent.
No, shh.
But years before she won awards for her writing talents, Felicia wrote poetry that sounded like...
We slump, resigned, echoing to be.
Are the secrets to our success buried in the pages of our past? Find out when Felicia shares her most mortifying memories.
Let me just give you a little backstory. There was a period in my life where I was fairly isolated. I was homeschooled as a kid, so I didn't really have, after age like 8, I didn't really have a lot of contact with other children. You know, you're so desperate to reach out to people that I discovered a thing called dial-up. I played this video game and I was a member of this club online.
What was the name of the club?
It was called the Ultimate Dragons.
It was a community of how big was...
You know, there were not many, like 40, 50 people. There was like 10 hardcore people.
How many girls within that?
2, maybe 1.
By age 16, Felicia's obsession with online gaming earned her a growing stable of friends. Unfortunately, they had a hard time believing she was, in fact, a girl. So she took some glamour shots and mailed them to her fellow gamers.
This girl looks kind of sexually confident, like she knows about her wiles, but she has no clue.
Well, do you see this fringe? I was a concert violinist, and I didn't listen to the rock music.
No one dated this.
Oh, no. I didn't date.
Right.
I was not allowed out of the house.
This was an attempt to date.
This was an attempt to
And
find...
apparently a failed one?
I found a lot of internet men.
Why the, hey, look at my ass moment with this? And who took this?
This is my mom. My mom took these photos. It was completely cool with me sending it across the country to unknown men. There's a heinous panty line going on right here.
Oh, these are mom pants.
Yeah, they're mom pants. Those are velvet high tops. To be honest, and this is probably embarrassing, I did make a trip to meet some of these people in New Jersey with my mom.
Oh.
On this trip, she actually forced me to kiss somebody.
Your mom forced you
She was
to...
like, that kid's cute.
Is that your first kiss?
Yes. And I was like, I'm not really
Your
into
mom,
him.
like, forcibly...
She was like, you need
I don't
to
even know
kiss
what the
him.
term
He's
is
cute.
for that.
Very weird. You know, everybody was always like, oh, they're not socialized enough.
Yeah.
So this was her, like, rebellion, like, I'm going to socialize you by force.
That is bizarre. Your first kid, was there tongue? Is that like a...
No,
it was just a
I
sweet
just remember
kiss.
it was wet. And like, no, that wasn't good. It was in the back of a car outside of a Walmart, I remember.
So let me get this straight. Your mom forces you to kiss a boy.
It was more of a suggestion that was with pressure.
Not satisfied with merely sending photos to her online gaming friends, Felicia took her quest to connect with other kids one step further. She began to write poetry, deep poetry, about a video game.
Oh, here's one, The Plight of the Gargoyles. Here's another one with a shadow
this
lord.
I like.
The Black Gate. A gleaming sheet of nebulous luster undulates with hideous muster, probing of darkest mineral hidden in deepest cavern of evil dominion, causing twisted wrinkle in space, linking worlds of clashing face, and a burning devil waits alone, prepared to ascend the onyx throne.
That was deep. What were you hoping to accomplish with this poem?
I was expressing how smart I was, I think.
As further proof of Felicia's lack of socialization, she wrote an overly impassioned letter to her state senator about a topic other teenage girls strangely ignored: unfair coal mining legislation.
Mr. Senator, a serious and troubling issue has been brought to my attention, and as a concerned American citizen, as a 12-year-old, I feel that I must make my consternation known to you. From many sources I have researched that an 1866 law concerning mining rights on public land is virtually giving away billions. 1,714 acre Stillwater mine in Montana, 40 miles north of the Yellowstone National Park, for the sum of $8,570. This is an abhorrent process, meager prices, egregious injustice. I like to use big words.
Was the motive for writing the letter to the senator something that was your own doing, or was it your mom like telling you to do this in homeschooling, or?
Well, I don't really believe that she ever assigned me anything. She would be like, wake up around 11, 12, and I would, for some reason I was really motivated to do things, so I would get up and literally schedule my own day.
You
sleep in.
scheduled a day?
Like, as a 12-year-old, I would be like, okay, so Felicia, you're going to do math from 1 to 2:30, and you're going to do this.
Because you had to, because nobody's putting this
Nobody
on
else
you?
would have done it.
Felicia's artifacts revealed that her childhood was quite different from the norm. She was homeschooled, had a lack of structure and socialization. So I asked Felicia how all this adds up to the adult she's become today.
You know, some of the circumstances of my being homeschooled were kind of detrimental to my life.
Right.
But at the same time, like, I wasn't basically taught to, you know, just work within the confines. Like in college, I was obsessive, and I would write stuff outside of the school assignments rather than just kind of getting by.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thanks.
As a teenager, Felicia found her niche through the online gaming world. And as an adult, she's actually done the exact same thing.
I feel like I finally tapped into, like, not being, hey, I'm going to move to Hollywood and be an actor and try to be an actor. And at a certain point, I was just like, this is boring. This isn't working for me. I feel like I'm still a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. And I wrote The Guild because I was like, this is my experience, and these are the people I know, and I thought it was funny. Finding my niche is enough for me. Like, I don't want to please every single person on the planet. Like, pleasing the people who are kind of like me and the things that I do touch them, like, that's enough for me.
What's the number one thing you'd like to tell this girl, if you could?
I would say that it's okay to take a risk and fail at something versus, you know, always trying to be so perfect all the time. I would say, you know, go ahead and try something, and if it's failure, then that experience is just as worthy. I got 1 B in my whole entire college career. And, like, after I got that B, it was the last year of college, I was like, why did I work so hard? I didn't need to work that hard. I could have had a lot more experiences in college.
But getting back to...
That girl needs to fail more.
This girl?
Yes. Embrace the fail. That's what I would tell her. That was very fun. It was very scary. I'm putting this back in a box.